Not yet.
Seconds and count. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, start, 2, 1, boost ignition, and liftoff.
Can you hear me tonight? Let me know down below if you can hear me, because then we got 50% of this little show going. But first of all, tell me, how are you lovely, lovely, sexy looking people doing? Oh, you know, I was thinking when we were going to make a private stream, there'll probably be 5 people watching. But you know what? Now we officially are not only the littlest crypto channel, we are a crypto channel with 3 videos. I don't know, you know, where all our videos went, but it disappeared. Magic. I mean, I did, you know, call up Uncle Joe and say, could he do something about it? Did he know anything about it?
I have no idea.
And YouTube also has no idea. So anyway, you know, we started almost 2 years ago with Bitcoin Channel.Live. Then that channel got banned. You know, we didn't quit. We did not give up. We started again. And now we are here with with the channel. At least we got the subscribers still, right? But with 3 videos. But you know what? We won't quit. And you know what? I also don't care. You know, I never made this channel to make money. I don't care if 5 people watching. The most important thing is that it's you, right? So that's what all matters. Anyway, what we're going to talk about today? Well, obviously, I did write on the thumbnail. We're going to talk about my, private, what I've, experienced the past 3 weeks, and I love to share. Obviously, with a touch also of, hopefully something that can, give you an insight of how it is to travel through Europe, what has changed in, in the past 1, 2, almost 3 years since the pandemic, and also with the current war in Ukraine. But mainly I'm going to show you some pictures of good food. I'm going to tell you what I've been doing. And ultimately I went there not on vacation, but in order to get my children, or at least joint custody. And how that went, we will tell you that in the end, because we still need, you cannot come here and not talk a little bit about new news. And we do got some new news for you. But remember, this stream is only for the sexy looking people.
This dance ain't for everybody. Only the sexy people.
So here we are. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about a little bit of cryptocurrency news. It's weekend. It's Friday. It's 1st of July. I mean, many things are happening, but with the market, not a lot is happening, is it? And I do believe, I don't know if you saw the reminder from Nature today. I think it's important right now because this is the time that we are in now. This is when a lot of new investors, and for that matter also some seasoned and experienced investors, they will feel that history doesn't repeat itself. They will feel that maybe blockchain or crypto is not going to be the future of finance, and they may just dump it all. That would be wrong. And that is why I believe it's good to distance yourself a little bit from the market. Believe in what you have educated and learn from yourself. Nevertheless, we will still be on top of it. And remember, mass adoption, blockchain mass adoption is right around the corner. And that's what we're also going to talk about. The European Union, they seem to have been, putting together a framework, which is good for blockchain mass adoption. Anyway, let's start. And I think it goes a little something like this. I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps. In case you're new to this channel, you want to stay on top of the crypto world, well then please hit like, smash, subscribe so that you can be notified every time we upload videos, so that you can, and this is really important to me, protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Harachi, and I am the host of this little show. Yeah, that's it. No long transition. Okay, guys, the first things first, let's go in and have a look at the level of market manipulation. So Friday, we're going into a weekend, right? And yesterday we saw some turbulent we saw volatility, and we saw, the volume was, volume in Bitcoin is one thing, but the overall altcoin market is really not seeing high volume. So where are we today? We're 19,482 with Bitcoin. So we are slightly below the 20,000, down 2.9%. We can see Ethereum is up 2.9%. And Ethereum is up 4.3% at a holding slightly above 1,000. And we're looking at the 15-minute. We're seeing Cardano at 45 cents on the dollar and Polkadot at $6.85. Even if, of course, when we look at the charts, we can see they still correlate, right? And this is why we call it, let's look at the level of market manipulation. Also, you know that I have now, probably almost for a year now, we have been looking at the weekly, and we like to look at Bitcoin versus USDT. And when we look at it, and in the beginning, I was always saying, well, you know me, technical analysis is not really my strong side, but look at the blue line. You see, the blue line, as you probably know, is the moving average, right? Moving average 7 days. And we're looking at the weekly chart. And I like to say keep things simple, because really, we have not broken through it. And the times we have broken through the 7-day moving average, it tends to go up. And now when we're below it, you can see here, there's still room for a little kissy. So why am I saying that? Well, I'm not a, short-term investing, short-term trading is not my strong side. And I also don't believe in it because I do think that let's say the stock market and the cryptocurrency market, which is much less regulated than the traditional markets, it's kind of like a casino and a big circus. However, of course, there are some fundamentals that, go against being a pure casino. But I do think that timing is the most difficult thing to, try to figure out. So what we're seeing here is, are we going to go below the 20? Probably, I do think. But if you want to look at it short term, besides the fact that you should go and look at traders' reality, I do think we're going to go up and kiss it again. But where are we going to kiss it? Are we going to go up to around 23,000? Is it going to be 22,000? What is actually going to happen? I don't know. But I do think we're going to go up and kiss it and then continue our trip downwards. And it's also that what I want to share today is that if you have overexposed yourself, you might look at this and think, this is a real shit show, right? And I can imagine that. I hope you have not overexposed yourself, because they are going to rebound, because mass adoption is coming. When we look at Ethereum, I also want to go in and look at the 7-day moving average on the weekly. You can see it's the same. There's a slight difference, you can say, here with Ethereum. It actually doesn't go as close as Bitcoin does. It doesn't go all the way up and kiss. But then when it goes through, there's more conviction. What do I know about this technical analysis? Remember, if you want to know and understand more about short-term trading, how the market is being manipulated and by who and how it works, well, all you got to do is go to Traders Reality.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a conversation. Mad love and respect to every single one of you beautiful people.
Just before we move on, I'm looking at the daily now, BTC, and I mean, I'm pretty sure that around the 20,000 level that we are, we have already moved sideways for quite a while, probably will continue, but it is in the future going to function as a place of resistance or support. But I think you know that. Let's have a quick look at the overall coins and what's going down. What's going down? Up 875 billion market cap, right? Not a lot. Let's just see, but it's green now, but not. From Monday on, we're going to talk more about the coins. I know probably that's what you want to know, but so from Monday on, we will be more specific. There was one thing that I wanted to point out. 17% up curve is nice, right? What else do we have? But it's a mixed day. But very low volume. Very low volume across the board. Maybe not so much in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but if you go in and even if you look at the big players, some of the big players, let's say the main protocols on Polkadot, there's not a lot of volume. And that's why we're also experiencing this high volatility. Now, there was one little thing that Terra up 13%, 114, right? The Terra Classic. I'm not really following that so much, especially not when I was on vacation. I did want to point out one thing here today, because as you might know, I mean, this is very high risk, but potentially also very high reward. And remember, this is not at all financial advice. You got to do your own research, and especially when it comes to this little token that you actually know that I will mention right after this. So there are actually two tokens that I just wanted to keep into your memory. Is Insurance, right? Insurance. I mean, this is highly risky. It is highly risky. Reason being is because if we're going to see more protocols actually maybe, implode, then, and they are insured, that could drag down Insurance, which is, just an insurance on the blockchain. However, if they will survive, well, then you got and they got the protocol. They got their, let's say, the it's working. I mean, it is working, and we will talk about that also next week. But I just wanted to point it out. I mean, look at that. It's down 99% from its all-time high. Just imagine what the risk-reward potential is with Inspirational. And if we look here at the past 7 days, it's actually been going quite up. I also did say that when I was on my little vacation there. I said, very risky, but the reward potential is really great. And with a market cap of 7 million, you know, that's how much wrong can you do? Another really, really risk reward, I mean, you know, remember, do your own research, is virtual poker. But what I did want to point out with virtual poker is that they currently have staking opportunities on. You can just go in there and you can stake, but it's only until 6th of July. Let me just, here it is. Only until 6th of July. But you can stake for 50%. I think you have to lock them up for like 180 days. But Kitty's doing it. Remember, I don't own anything and I'm pretty happy. But so have a look at that. Again, also massive risk reward potential. And you see, if you can stake them, and all you have to do is you just go in on their website. And it is, however, you need to do it. They're both on Binance Smart Chain and on Ethereum, but you need to do it if you want to take participate in this staking with 50%. Then you have to do it with Ethereum. And let's see here. Anyway, you can go in and look at that. It's until the 6th of July. As I said, virtual poker, I'm holding it. I'm actually, when you go in and look at the, not me again, Kitty, I think she's the 15th largest holder of virtual poker. I mean, I was pretty surprised when I saw that. And Kitty was kind of happy also about it. A little scared always, because she doesn't know how to play poker, right? We go in here. Let's look at how much do we also really, we're down 98%. I mean, here, a lot of risk, but a lot of reward potential. So, yeah, just wanted to point that out. But you know what? Now it's time to have a chit-chat. So, let me see who is in the house here. How many do we have here? We got 35 viewers, concurrent viewers. I mean, I mean, I feel honored. I feel so honored, especially when I know I've done the best predictions. And then I look at Big Boy and his pants and see how many views he has. Anyway, what do you say, J Dubs is here? The market is stinky. The market is boring. And let me just have a Bahama Mama moment before we move into today's news, and then ultimately about what we did in the last 3 weeks. Bahama Mama. Oh. We got Crypto Fanatic. Good to see you. Heat my soul, brother. Godbay, how are you doing? I think you're new. Age group, you are number one. Remember, I'm no one. Tina, it's always nice when we got them sexy ladies.
Only the sexy people.
When we got sexy ladies in the stream. Vax, my dear friend, you have to watch Trace Reality video about the hybrid system. It's great. I will do that. Thank you so much. And that is, thank you for sharing. That is what is important. Catamaran is here. Oh, it's good to see. Always good to see old friends passing by. Thomas, what do you say? I'm waiting for at least 12,000. Now, as I also say, don't be little now. Don't be little, right? Remember, we might see, and I mean, fundamentally, I do believe that we are going to go down to 12. I really do. But imagine we don't go down to the 12 and we're going to push up and go up to 100, you know, because ultimately, BTC, Bitcoin, and everything that has to do with quality within the cryptocurrency industry will take off. And then I can see we got somebody in German here asking, and maybe we should do that for everybody because so they understand it. But I will do that in the end. The question is, if you receive 10,000 euro or dollar as a birthday, what would you do? What would you do? And that's a great question, but we should elaborate on that. That will take me longer, either in the end, or I will make a video about that, for that's for sure. By the way, you can see down below, I made a new ticker. And this ticker actually shows our not mine but Kitty's portfolio, right? So you can see all the coins that Kitty has. Now, we don't have the possibility to put the how much percentage up and down. So there you can see the ones we are holding. Dennis, how are you doing? No backups. We got the backups. I think you're asking about the channel. We got the backups. We can upload the videos. Nobody want to watch them. But also remember, when we upload the videos, the backup videos, then they're going to have no views. But that's just how that goes. Anyway, let's move into today's news, because we got new news. I'm always excited about new news, right? I think the main piece of news that we have today is that the European Union's, I don't even know how to say it, MICA crypto regulation, which stands for marketing crypto assets, has been, they wrote it, or they have made it public. And what does it really, we're not going to go too deep into it, but the European Union officials, they recently agreed on a landmark law called the Markets in Crypto Assets. The MICA framework that provides guidance for crypto asset service providers, which is CASPs, to operate within the European region. And this is obviously a new development that could, maybe not right now, but ultimately it's a sign that will unleash the potential of the cryptocurrency industry and push towards blockchain mass adoption. So when we got news like this, even if we are seeing the markets go down, and we are pretty sad if we got in too late, let me tell you one thing. It hasn't even started yet. This is the transition that we've been talking about, right? We are going from traditional to digital. So, so that was about the European Union. That was pretty quick. Another thing that I think we should also talk about is Grayscale, because there are a few things that could potentially, we're waiting for this turnaround, but I also think we are waiting for the cryptocurrency industry to decouple, start its uncorrelation compared to the traditional markets. And we need a few triggers for that, right? I do believe we're going to see the traditional markets go to hell, and that will then give a reason for the future finance to take off. And Grayscale also, not Grayscale per se, but one of these triggers that could, be the beginning of a turnaround. And that's also why I say, I'm going to buy a few Bitcoins at 12,000. But you never know. You never know when is the bottom. You never know when is the exact right time to enter the market or exit the market. The only thing we know is that we don't buy high and sell low, right? So, but Grayscale, what I want to say, that I think one of the triggers could be once we're going to see a Bitcoin spot ETF. That is going to have a massive impact on the turnaround. I actually even think, you see, I believe that the elite, or, the people behind the curtain or whatever, they are orchestrating it, everything. I think they know that themselves. So that the day we're gonna kind of like see it in mainstream media that a spot Bitcoin ETF has been approved, that's when we're really gonna see everything taking off. And that's also why we need to stay close to the market. That is really important, right? Gonna take off. But Grayscale, let's just get this rocket out of here. We know that Grayscales, they are big, right? So Grayscale Investments, and they have almost 13 billion of assets under management in its Grayscale BTC. And they have been waiting for a long time. And who else would be better than they've been representing the industry quite well. So why not? Why shouldn't they be the first to get a license or be able to launch a Bitcoin ETF? However, they've been waiting on a decision from the SEC to convert their flagship Bitcoin Trust into a spot-based ETF. And since filing its application to the regulator on October 19th, 2021, right? Not almost, 9 months ago or something like that. Whatever, I can calculate the months here. Anyway, on Wednesday, the application was disapproved. Now, that's a shit show, right? And the reason was to protect investors and the public interest, because the proposal failed to demonstrate how it is designed to prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts and practices. It's funny how a spot ETF has such a difficulty being approved, but an ETF that is just trading futures, where you potentially can lose everything, no problem. No problem here, no problem there. But Grayscale Investments, they've launched a legal challenge against the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, and I think that is worth following. So it's worth following because if they're going to be approved, well, then we're going to take off. We are seeing, even though we are in a bear market, it is exactly the same like in the dot-com bubble, right? It went down, but the companies, the quality protocols, they're still building, they're still there. And we are really seeing a transition going from traditional to digital. And that's all I got to say about that, about business today. No more business, no more blockchain business today. So we have a mama moment, and then I will share what I've been doing the last 3 weeks in case anybody wants to know about that. So what have I been doing the last 3 weeks, and why do I mean, first of all, you all know that I love you. I love you so much, and I, consider you my virtual family because you see me, I don't see you. What have I done in the last 3 weeks? I want also to share because my main goal is to take care of myself. We know that. But it's also to kind of guide you through different cycles. When the markets are going up, when the markets are going down, how you also feel. And you can, if you just sit and stare at the market, you can get confused, right? And even I was happy and lucky to take some coins out last year, but when you see everything going down, you get attached and it doesn't feel right when it goes down. Why am I saying that? That was because my little 3 week, it wasn't really a holiday, but it was a break and it was wonderful. I really got my mind off crypto. Sometimes I didn't even look at the crypto coins the entire day. And I did make just a little 1 minute video with a few pictures from the past 3 weeks. So yeah, that was a little bit some pictures of what I ate and where I was. I was in beautiful Annecy, and which is a lovely, lovely place in France, borders next to Switzerland. And there, it's only 57 kilometers from the border of Mont Blanc. So in the summer you can drive your bike, around the lake, and in winter you're not very far from the mountains. However, I tried to do the best I could. In terms, I was on a personal journey there in order to, as I've told you before, to get joint custody of my children. So the pictures, they look fantastic, and it was wonderful scenery and fantastic food. But ultimately, I was there to do legal work. And that was not so simple. It was not so successful as I had expected. First of all, the first meeting with court was on the 9th, on the 9th of June. And then the judge, or, she was angry about something, about a prior or something. So she said, I'll see you in 2 weeks. That was a shit show. So I came back 2 weeks later, and then she listened to my lawyer, where I've already paid around $40,000 for. And she listened to the mother of my children's lawyer. She didn't ask me a question. She didn't ask the mother a question. And then she said, I'll give you a decision on 1st of September. Hallelujah. So my lawyer asked, well, what are they going to do in the next 2 months? She said, that's not my problem. What I did, I said, okay, that's a shit show. And then I came back to Ukraine. However, so that means that what I went there for, in order to get joint custody, is still on the table. Nothing changed. So I thought I better come back to Ukraine and chit-chat a little bit with you. But so that's the real personal situation. On the other hand, when we talk about this crypto winter, crypto summer, crypto bear summer, I have worked very hard, very, very hard. And just, keeping this channel, you cannot imagine how much work it takes in order to try to, even though I suck at live streaming and all them goodies, but in order to come up with the information and trying even to be a good streamer, trying to make the videos and all of that, trying to share the experience and knowledge that I have really worked very hard. When I say that I've worked very hard, that means that even prior to the pandemic, since the pandemic started, I haven't been traveling. I used to travel a lot. And traveling through the world, through the world, actually gave me the best insight of what's really going on. It doesn't matter where I was. It doesn't matter if the global economy was in a good shape, if it was in a bad shape. When you're there yourself on the ground and not just being guided by the lovely, lovely mainstream media, you see what is really, really going on. And as I said, not since the ugly cronies. So I have been a little bit, just in my own apartment, focusing on providing news. So it was really good to come out and see some new things. But that's one thing. The other thing was that I hope all of you have followed me, made money, because I have Kitty has made a lot of money, but I haven't had the chance, or Kitty didn't have the chance to spend it. So I've been so focusing on working that I forgot to spend. And it was nice to have 2 weeks where you could actually enjoy the profits of the hard work and not think about, only Michelin stars, only the best hotels. Now, it is not a compensation for not seeing the children, but it is better to eat Michelin food than, a cold old hot dog. So why am I saying this? I'm saying that the philosophy, if you are serious about investing, you need to educate yourself. It's not a quick game, but there is money to be made. And you also have to, I suppose, take care of your mind. Sometimes distance yourself from it. And when the markets, they are hot, you got to concentrate. You got to be on it. And don't ever overdo your financial budget. I really mean it. Don't use leverage. It was wonderful because there's been it was wonderful to be able to sit next to the lake, drink. Really, I can see compared to average people, I've made a lot of money, and it was nice for myself to enjoy that. Hey, we gotta go, but I want the same for you. See, that's why I'm saying I'm not trying to brag, because it was just, good to see. But there's money to be made, but you gotta have discipline. And you gotta follow the next cycle up, because the third and final cycle, this is where we're going to see mass adoption. And remember, when we talk about now we're going down, right? And we haven't seen true capitulation yet. It's gonna go further down, I do believe. But when it's gonna go up, I don't know what the other word is for capitulation. It is gonna go up. Now is the time to position yourself. If you are not very educated when it comes to crypto, now it's time to educate yourself. You don't got a lot of time if you don't know. If you know something about crypto and you have been following it, stay true to your convictions. Don't overexpose yourself. The market will go up, and it will go up, up, up. Timing is the problem. Guys, that's it from that's it from today. I don't know how, I feel a little strange about the, sharing so, this private on a crypto channel, but hey, we only got 3 videos, so who cares, right? I love all of you. You have to know that. And when I get nice and sweet comments, it really makes my heart beat faster. Thank you. And I will do everything I can in order for us to keep going. And if you are not already, that you will become among the 1%. I love you so much. Have a lovely Friday night or afternoon or wherever you are. And yeah, I don't know how we're going to proceed with this video, with this channel, because we don't have any videos, but we will come up with something. I'm here. I will never really leave. You know that. And I hope you won't either. And just remember, you got to be a lion with the eagle vision and mentality.
When the eagle spreads its wings, it's something to behold. It's something to behold. Nearly 9 feet from tip to tip, when it spreads its wings, it was built for high places. It was built to soar. I think you would say meters, about 3 meters. It was built to soar, to fly. It was built to withstand storms, so that when the storm comes and other birds run for shelter, the eagle runs into the storm and uses the storm to lift it up so that it can fly above the storm. You know you're an eagle when you ran into a storm that you thought was going to kill you, and instead of it killing you, it lifted you higher than you've ever been lifted before. It's a sure sign you're an eagle. Can you hear me tonight? Spread those wings and it begins to fly. It can see several miles. Even in the night, it can see its prey and its opponent. Eagles are awesome birds. The eagle knows that he ain't hooked up with no chicken, because its old chicken can't get up in the air that high. It might think the eagle is pretty cute, but it can't get up there where the eagles fly, because its body is fat and its wings are too short, and it can only flap up a little ways and fall back down again. And some of you have got a lot of eagles that are trying, you are eagles and you've got a lot of chickens that are trying to flap up there and get where you are. But God will take you to a place where you can only hook up with other eagles, and eagles are all, do you hear what I'm saying to you? So don't be frustrated when you see the chickens flapping up and falling down, because at this stage in your life, it's time for you to be synergistic with other eagles. Eagles love on another level. Eagles live on another level. Eagles think on another level. Eagles function on another level. Eagles dream on another level. Eagles build on another level. Glory to God. If you had somebody reject you, leave you, walk out the door, stop crying about it. It was just a chicken. What you need is another eagle with wings and dreams and visions and concepts and ideas, who's not jealous of you, who's not intimidated by you, who's not fighting you. You know that it's an eagle when they're not jealous of you. You know it's another eagle when they can think thoughts like you think. You know it's another eagle when they can pray for you and help you to get to the next level. It's only the chickens that are down on the ground talking about everybody. Wonder how much further you would be if if you would focus on being synergistic with other eagles rather than expending your energy trying to change chickens.